Both of us holding up, believing up. Yeah, I feel faded, feel faded as fuck. Yeah, I feel faded, feel faded as fuck. Yeah, I feel faded, feel faded as fuck. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, don't call my phone. Yeah, I feel faded.
Alright, we back. Another episode, no gravy. So this episode we talking about spirituality versus religion. You know, what we think about religion and how can we apply spirituality to our lives. If that's, you know, the route we're going. So we're going to kick it off like this. You already know our name, so yeah, we good on that. But what you thinking, Car?
What I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, so to be honest, I'm not religious. So, like I have.
Did you grow up with religion?
I grew up with religion.
Yeah.
I used to go to church. Yeah, but as I got older, I did not go no more.
Okay.
Like, and I even tried, like, even like in my older years, like 19, 20, tried going to church, but it just seems like church is about money now. It's not about like actual, like, getting that relationship. I don't feel like I need a church to build a relationship with a higher power. You know what I mean? And I don't need a book that was written way back then. That there's parts in there that like has helped me through life. Like my grandfather always told me to read Proverbs, which helped me through because it's like short little stories that tell you like certain things that could apply in your life today.
Yeah.
But like that book don't really like relate to me. You know what I mean? So I'm more of a spiritual person who feel like, you know, the energy I give out is going to be reciprocated, and also that God is like within us. We're all gods in a way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like kind of like when you're talking to yourself, you're talking to God, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that is like kind of like my way of thinking about like my spirituality, you know?
So do you think who you are kind of mirrors what you believe in?
Yes.
I fuck with that. Well, you got something on that, Underwood? What you think about it?
I would say I'm the opposite. I grew up not going to church. Like my family is how you think right now.
Yeah.
But as I've grown up, I've started to try to like build a relationship with God and go to church, and it's hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you think you need church to build a relationship with God?
So there is parts in the Bible that say you should have a fellowship with other people in a church. That is like a thing that's wrote in the Bible, right? But do I think you need it? No, not honestly, no.
Because we fellowshipping right now. You
right?
feel?
Like this is good for my spirit as we speak right now. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah.
I'm kind of at a pull. It's pulling on both sides, the spirituality and I guess you say religion.
But do you think so what you're saying is you find solace, like you're calm in religion? Right,
yeah, I do. I wouldn't say I'm still in the process of trying to like learn everything about it, because I don't want to just want to be somebody that's like promoting this, like, oh, I'm a Christian, but I don't know anything about it. Because honestly, I don't really. I don't want to just like, because me, I haven't been baptized, and that's like a really big deal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to just be baptized. Like the second I went to church, the one that I started going to here, he was trying to baptize me like the first time I met with him. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I've never really been to church. I don't know much about this stuff, and you just want me to go get baptized for no reason? Because I don't even know anything about this. So that kind of made me like want to step back and like, you know, maybe I don't want to do this. But I've been trying to fight that battle. So
do you feel like you try to push it on you?
Yeah, I felt like it was very much pushed on me, and I wasn't able to progress at the level I needed to do. You know what I mean?
So you think along those lines.
So you say what?
I'm glad you think along those lines. Man. You don't want to just arbitrarily just do some shit.
For real. So how you feel about religion in itself? Let's start there.
How do I feel about religion?
Yeah.
So from studying, like, I don't claim to be like no history buff or nothing like that, but from what I've read and from what I've seen, it seems like religion has been just implemented into society as like a mechanism of control. That's what it seems like to me. Like with the Bible, like he said, it's certain pieces of the Bible that talk to like the more sensible side of people in general, to where, you know, thou shalt not kill and all that kind of stuff. It keeps us from not killing each other.
Yeah.
It keeps us from, like, as a collective, to be sane and to like not go off the deep end. So if you can implement something like that on the basis of it being through morals and stuff, you feel like it's coming from you as opposed to government trying to control you type shit.
So you feel like religion is like a code?
Yeah, I think
Right.
I think it's a social construct.
Yeah,
And
I
I
that's
really
a
do.
fact.
I feel like you
that
don't
too.
have to be super religious to just be a good dude. You know what I mean? Like, or a good male or female, just a good person in general.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's one what made me start. So let me go back. So I grew up as a Christian Baptist. I went to a Baptist church. My whole family, I got a country ass family. You know what I'm saying? We really are into like being Christians and stuff.
So you was in church every Wednesday and Sunday?
Not every Wednesday. I ain't go to Sunday school. I wasn't really on that. But every Sunday for sure. Like, it wasn't no sleeping in on Sunday for like
your whole day church.
Yeah. And that, oh my God, I got so much to talk about with this. I don't like being forced to do nothing. I really hate being forced. And ever since that you small, you know, you pretty much are doing what your parents tell you to do.
That's a fact.
Whether I believed in Christianity or not, I was going to be a fucking Christian because my parents are Christian.
Yep.
So when I got of age, I really started to like look at that kind of stuff. I'm a sociologist, by the way, and like I would look at all these different social constructs, and that was one of them. Religion has really been implemented in such a way to where people don't. It's almost like it's a template. You're not really finna deviate from that unless you really have a strong mind and like you go off and do your own thing for a while. But with Christianity and stuff like that, I would never like renounce my Christianity because I do believe in a lot of stuff that is in the Bible.
So you feel like it has a lot of concepts that are like relatable to your life?
It does. But if I had to say what side I err on more times than not, it's more like the Buddhist type of vibe.
You said Buddhist?
Yeah.
Or-
The tenets and stuff that Buddhists have, like when it comes to meditating, you know, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your body, treating people in a way that promotes good energy and stuff like that.
So
and giving
is
back.
Buddhism more self-focused?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I seen you make a face when we talked about religion being like a template shit.
So how, like, to me, I wouldn't use the word template. I feel like religion is used kind of like as a weapon to me, and it's like
Uses that too.
There's been so many wars over religion.
yeah, it's so crazy. Like you telling me like
It's
all right,
always
I'm not
religion.
supposed to like this person because he don't believe in the same thing as me. Like I just feel like it's a weapon out here used like kind of like you said to control the people within that religion, because it's to me like you said also you don't have to be religious to be a good person. So why, I don't feel like I have to be like, all right, I believe in this Bible and I got to go to this person's church and this person got to baptize me and all this for me to be who I am. Because like my favorite part about the Bible is like when they say no sin is greater than the other, you know? Because I feel like that's super important. Like we shouldn't just sit here and be like, all right, yeah, this person killed somebody, but all right, this person is a thief, so this person is worse than this person. Because you don't know what these people have been through that brought them to this, you know? So, and I also like how you were talking about how, like, you should also clean your mental, clean your body, do all that, because that, like, deals with how you act and how your spirits are, you know what I mean?
That's spirituality is pretty much the most important. But before I get into that, what you think about it?
What you got on? So tell me. I want you to tell me like, what is spirituality to you? Yeah, hell yeah, that's how I like it. You know what I'm saying? Get in your bag, bro.
All right, so me personally, I've taken some time to read about demonology, and I've taken some time to read about the Bible and things like that. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read the whole Bible.
What is demonology?
Demonology is just, for me, I've read just experiences from people who have investigated the fact, of exorcisms or supernatural occurrences that are far from the ordinary. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just experiences that are not just your average supernatural experiences, but the darker side of an experience. Mm-hmm. If you get what I'm trying to say. So the reason I did that was because from 9th grade up until about 20 years old, or I want to say about 19 years old, I was completely atheist.
Really?
To the point that I just didn't believe in anything. I just believed in the fact that we were just created through evolution. I didn't care to believe in anybody else's beliefs. Bless you. I didn't believe in anybody else's thoughts. But after that point in my life, I started to experience things that I personally thought started to push me in the other direction, because there were certain accidents that happened to me that a lot of other people in situations have died from, and a lot of other people have experienced a lot worse things from. So for me to be here right now, I thought it was
divine intervention.
A bigger situation than what we think. You know what
definitely.
I mean?
Like saying there had to be something more that was.
Yeah, exactly. There had to be something looking at. And some people consider it as when a kid barely misses the cornea of his eye when he's falling. You know what I mean? They think, damn, that was pretty lucky, or damn, this dude just got shot and it missed his heart within half an inch, or this dude just got hit in a car crash and it barely missed his spinal cord, paralyzing him forever.
Yeah.
Some people consider that.
He just said divine intervention.
Right.
So piggybacking off what he said, what was that moment?
To me personally, it was when I was 19 or 18. I can't remember the exact time, but me and my friend were going to the movies, and my other two friends were getting picked up by my other friend. They're already heading there. And I was personally in a truck that was just a 3-seater. All front seater. There was no other, seats in the back or anything like that. And it wasn't a big truck. It was some really small truck. You would barely consider it a truck. But we were at a 4-way intersection. And I'm talking about an actual 4-way intersection. Like I'm talking about there's like 5 lanes per side. But my friend was on the phone. He was texting. He told me, hey, you know what? Text these guys and tell them we're on our way. I grabbed his phone, texting. He thought the light was green. So he took his foot off the gas. He didn't accelerate. He just took his foot off the gas. And the car started rolling. I look up. I didn't pay attention. The light was still red. I look up again at a second glance, and I said, yo, dude, this light is green. We're already in the middle of the intersection. The middle. And people are going 60, 80, 70, 60, 80. Right? Yeah, it's in California. People are going 3 times, twice as fast as, the speed limit. And I see this car next to us. And they're going like 60 miles per hour. They did not slow down, because if they would have slowed down, you would have seen tire tracks. Mm-hmm. And that's what the police eventually came down to when we crashed. But the car was coming to the passenger side. Like I said, there's only front seats, there's no back seats. The car is coming, it's going like 60 miles per hour, and it hits on my passenger side. And it hits, the car flips. The car flips, and it rolls like once, and we're laying on the side. some dumb luck reason. I don't know how. All of a sudden, we see this fire department chief come up from the top of the car, and he goes like, "Hey, we were. I was eating at McDonald's. My whole fire station is at McDonald's right now, across the corner. You guys realize how lucky you are?" He pulls us out. We call the police, or he calls the police actually, and he calls the ambulance. And the airbags didn't deploy. We had rolled in the car. The car was going 60 and it hit me on the passenger side. I'm talking about, I was probably this high up in the car. And the car was going 60, didn't even brake because eventually the police were like, "Hey, listen, the driver who hit you didn't have his license." It was a lady, but didn't have her license. Barely spoke any English.
Oh, damn.
And didn't brake whatsoever. Like, so they were going about 60 when they hit you. They said most people, when they go through these types of accidents, either suffer some sort of like whiplash, sort of like a injury to where their neck actually, pops or something like that, or just cracks, or some sort of paralyzing injury, or even death. And there's like, in which case, your situation would have been death because your airbags didn't deploy. And they said the fact that both of you guys are okay is astonishing. They said if it was me, I would have sued the truck company. I'm not going to say the truck company, but the truck company for the airbags not deploying. But she said, but the fact that both of you guys came out without a single scratch, and the car was almost completely intact. It was total, but like nothing was on fire or anything like that. She said the fact that the car was intact, it kind of looked like you guys were, aside from my side, in a shield or something like that. So the police was like, I haven't seen anything like this, to where both of the people in the car were okay. So that situation for me kind of started turning the clock in my head.
So what are you now?
Right now I'm Catholic.
You are Catholic?
I'm a full-blown Catholic. I understand an atheist belief, because like I said, I used to be an atheist for almost 5 years now. I never considered anybody else's insight on the situation, but that situation, and along with some minor situations, started turning my head in the way that I am now. So I think maybe sometimes it just takes a little push for some people to believe, and some people, even if that were to happen, they consider it, the law of motion, or certain things, which I can understand too.
There's always some things that we don't understand. So I don't know how into space y'all are, but space is fucking huge. Like,
always expanding.
Not only that, but our world is so small compared to like a lot of shit out here. We can't fathom the shit pretty much, right? So imagine scaling on different things, like, let's talk about organisms. So you got cells in your body. You got billions and trillions of cells in your body right now. And they working, they moving around, they're dying off and getting remade and all that kind of stuff. Let's just say, for the sake of conversation, that these cells had a conscience. Each one of these little cells. They don't know that a whole body exists. They just know that
they're doing their job.
They're doing their job.
Yeah.
Some of them die off, some of them are being made. That's just what they own. They can't fathom a fucking body.
The earth is the organism and the body is the universe.
We may very well be like that.
Oh, yeah.
It may very well be like that. But with each level like that comes a new level of understanding, right? We understand everything a cell got going on, but a cell don't understand everything that a person is.
But they're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to. Just like how you think about us, it's a bunch of us moving around like this. We die off, being born and stuff like that. Shit. The next level, we can't fathom that shit. And it might go up so many levels to the point where it's like, oh, we really like are just a part of this big thing.
Shit, yeah.
But you just gotta know that you have a purpose for being here right now. You're just supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be in the most healthy shape that you should possibly be in. I don't know if y'all know anything about sickle cell, but that's when red blood cells are like bent and shit. I think only black people can get it. But it's a disease to where that particular type of cell is fucked up. Something is going on with that cell to where it's not doing the right thing, and it's hurting the bigger picture, right? It's hurting your actual body to have sickle cell.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we are on that same kind of time. It's our job to stay healthy. It's our job to stay mentally sane. It's our job to keep our spirit up, because I really think that's the language of the universe. It's spirituality, vibrations, energy, that type of shit.
And your shit gonna be off. You take care of yourself.
Right.
Hey,
That's a fact.
And I think if we're not taking care of ourselves, this is like it's not a selfish thing to be spiritual.
It's actually the godly thing.
You have to be spiritual and be spiritually healthy, because for all you know, we helping the bigger fucking picture.
Because if you're not putting that time into yourself, you're gonna be spread thin with everything else that's going on. Mm-hmm. And
See,
that just messes everything up.
That's a
but
fact.
I've seen and I've met people that only believe in religion just off the fact that they just want to be assured a certain situation after they die.
Exactly.
So some people are only good to each other because they want to make sure that they go to heaven. You can't buy yourself into heaven, and you can't stop yourself from going to hell. If you're a piece of shit and you've done terrible things, some people say that if you confess and
that's Catholicism, right?
yeah, some people say if you confess and you're forgiven, then you're still in God's graces.
You're
Personally,
in God's graces.
I don't know if that's the real truth. I don't know. I'd like to believe that maybe it is, but I think some people just
I do
buy their way into it.
I do believe that when Jesus died on the cross, he died for all of our sins. That way, we don't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in that to some extent. You know what I mean by that? Like,
that's the difference between Judaism and
Christianity.
Christianity. Yeah.
See, all right. So this is where I come in. And like, this is like, all right. It's weird because I do believe in God, but this is also the thing where I look at this and I'm like I don't really know, because let's think about art. Nowadays, we just consider it Greek mythology. It's not like Greek religion, Greek whatever. It's just Greek mythology.
Yeah.
So basically, you telling me this religion done died away.
Yeah.
This religion just don't exist no more.
Yeah.
Because we decided, all right, now we just gonna have Muslims, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, all that. So what to say in some thousands of years, the people gonna say Christianity just died off? You know what I mean? Like it's just weird when it comes to like religion, because like to me, it's hard for me to be like, because I was not there when God came to earth or made earth or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to be like, all right, yeah, God is there if I never seen him. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just a weird situation.
Mostly all religions. Religion is faith-based.
It's faith.
Religion is faith-based.
But it's also man-made in a way.
It is. A man wrote all them words, bro.
Yeah, it's man-made in a way. So it's like, if a man can make this, like, tomorrow, I could go make Kariism. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yo, and then this gonna be my version of how I feel like Christianity should go.
Yeah.
You know? So how are all these Christians just making their own version of how, all right, they want their Christianity to be and all that, and you're just going along with it.
And that's what blew me about the Bible, bro. Yeah. Because have y'all ever played telephone before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. shit get fucked in translation. And that's just when you whispering to somebody down the line in the same room.
Hey, by the time you get to that last motherfucker, it's gonna be some
Bruh, so you mean to tell me that somebody wrote in the book in another language, mind you, it's another language,
Because that's been translated 50 times by now.
and now we're taking all this as fact. Now, I do believe that, you know, that's what I grew up believing, that Jesus died on the cross and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And for all I know, it's true. But you can't be sure. The only thing that's a constant to me throughout what it seems like constant throughout the generations is energy.
Yeah.
That's the only constant that I see.
But that's scary for some people, because when you get to talking about energy, it's kind of like what you think yourself. A lot of people need instructions.
Yeah.
That's kind of why they invest in it.
Yeah.
See, but eventually, like how you said, eventually everybody gets, like, it gets kind of like diluted to a certain point. Like, you know, you say, you know, Jesus died on the cross for our sins, and then like by the 13th person down, he's saying something like race cars and NASCAR, you know, whatever. You kind of just like, that's not what I said. But eventually, every religion does believe in a higher power. Like at some point,
that's the common.
every religion eventually, regardless of its Greek mythology or Catholicism or whatever, or Christianity, everybody believes in a higher power. And the things that started to get to me when I started realizing a certain thing is that when I started reading about certain things, about, like I said, demonology and the lighter and the darker side, is that people started thinking into perspective that sometimes that thing in the corner of your eye, like when you turn the corner and you look and you think, you're like, oh damn, that was just like the refrigerator shadow, my dog's shadow. Sometimes that thing in the corner of your eye just might not be a certain, shadow, or your dog's shadow. It might not be just.
Why you say that?
Yeah, why you say that, bro? You got me.
But that's what I'm trying to.
That's why you gonna be out here jumping every time.
That's what I'm saying though. Sometimes that thing in the corner of your eye might not just be, what you eventually play it down to be or whatever. That just comes in your faith, and then when people start to becoming like freaked out, or when they start like thinking, oh damn, like this shit's real, or this shit might be real. I read at a certain point, and some people claim to think that it makes them feel better. When you're in a dark place and you're not feeling good, when you're seriously starting to get to the point that you're shaking, scared, or whatever, someone said, if you think about yourself in a white light surrounding, then you'll feel better. Because even though you're in a dark place and you close your eyes and you think yourself in a white light surrounding, you'll think of yourself in a better area.
I'm gonna tell you this.
So you're a nightlight. You need a nightlight.
Is nigga need a nightlight. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. So it's funny that you said that you was an atheist for so long, because most people. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yo, most people do not die atheists. It's a real thing that when you're about to die, you wanna feel like
the majority of churches are older. It's either young people that have to be there or older people.
Yeah, but like an atheist, that's like the saddest shit ever, because it's like you don't feel like your soul is gonna manifest after this shit.
Yeah.
You feel like this is literally it.
You're gonna turn off,
And that's it.
Hey,
That's strange.
I think the moral of the story is you can't teach belief.
You can't.
You gotta acquire it, like you did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people know earlier than others.
Hey man,
So-
spirituality is the way to go though.
Hey, man.
Religion is confusing. Spirituality.
That's
Hey,
a fact.
I hope y'all liked the episode.
Hey, Hunter Woods.
Hunter Woods.
YouTube. What's the YouTube?
Hunter Woods.
Cool.
Hunter motherfucking Woods.
Hit Town Drew.
Hey man, it's hit time. Drew in this thing, you feel me?
Hey, once again, the vibe is live on all platforms.
That's why I fucks with him.
Apple, all that shit. What we got?
Sorry, people, man. See, I'm gonna try to not be a heathen no more.
Hey, spirituality, baby. Go ahead.
Skis, you know, I'm not Buddhist and I'm not, you know, a Buddha. I'm not a god or anything like that. But whatever you believe in is your own thing at the end of the day.
Shout out to the Pope.
That's a fact. I'm Mac 1.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. I still see y'all, man. I remember how we did this thing back in the day. Way back. You know what I mean? And you know, I still see y'all, you know what I mean? Man, you know I'm still the same out here. I just had to come out here and get that money, man. But we back on. You already. Let me tell you something. Hey.
Now you know that it ain't no stopping
No
me.
way.
Feeling like a nigga running a monopoly. In the future, you gon'